Hey YouTube, how you doing? Hopefully everything is going well for you. Well, we're going to learn today how to take photos of a covered bridge with the Canon EOS RP. Now, you may be asking, why would I need a tutorial on how to shoot a covered bridge? You find a covered bridge, you put the camera up to your eye, you click the shutter. Well, you do it with this finger. You click the shutter, and all of a sudden you've got a picture of a covered bridge. Simple, stupid, right? Put it on program and just do it. I'm talking about the inside of the bridge. If you've ever been in a long covered bridge or any sort of barn or any sort of structure that has a lot of light at the end, meaning the opening, the mouth of the tunnel or the bridge, then you have to accommodate for that. You have to make sure you get the right lighting and the right setting on the camera. If you don't, you're going to have a blown out end and a very dark inside. So the way you do this, I'll tell you, then I'll show you throughout this video. It's not rocket science. You meter for the opening of the bridge. The rest of the inside of the bridge is going to be black or going to be very dark, but you meter for that, you take that shot, then you go to Lightroom, and I'm going to superimpose here our little conversation, or superimpose the little tutorial on Lightroom of how I bring those shadows up. Now, this is where you got to have a good sensor, got to have a good camera that can really absorb those blacks and not make a lot of noise when you bring those shadows up. And hopefully you see me doing that right now. You see I've moved the shadows down, or excuse me, I moved the light down, and therefore that takes away a little bit of the glare from the open. I might have to bring it up actually, depending on which photo we're looking at right now. And then you bring the shadows up, and there you get the wood and some of the detail inside the bridge. To me, the best shot of a covered bridge is from the inside looking out, if you can find a covered bridge that has a really cool scenic view outside. This one has a curved sign, but it does have a neat little winding road, so it leads you out of the photo, or actually, I'm sorry, leads you into the photo, but out of the bridge, or if you're looking at it from the other side. Now, what I would do normally when walking around and taking photos like this, I like a good, I don't know if you want to call it a collage or a series, but I like to take several shots that represent the area. So you'd get a shot from the outside. Don't just shoot it straight on. That's the most boring. That's what Grandma does, okay? With her little Instamatic. Well, maybe she's using her phone now, but that's what the amateurs do. They'll take a picture and take a picture. No, you want to get some angles. You want to get some cool framing, and like you can see on here, that separates you from Grandma, okay? If you are Grandma, then don't be like the other grandmas, all right? Learn how to use your camera. And learning how to use your camera, a lot of that is just the framing. What you put in that frame will make people think, wow, you're a great photographer. They don't know that it's framing. They just see that, wow, every picture you take, it just looks like a picture, as opposed to theirs that are just straight on snapshots. They don't understand the difference. You do, so use that to your advantage. But the main thing with bridge photography, barn photography, anything that you're shooting, if you can get inside that structure and shoot out, you're gonna have usually a nice rural scenic view out there, okay? So that's what you wanna do. And I do want to let you know, for the first time, I'm using the Canon EOS RP camera as a video camera. So I'm videotaping myself. I have no idea how this looks. I have no idea if the microphone on top is working. That is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. I believe it was $299. I just grabbed the biggest one I could find, and you know, this sucker better work. It better be working right now. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm across the trail, so as you can see the lady that just walked by there, I'm probably, okay, if you're from across the pond, a couple meters. If you're in the United States, then home of the riots, then we are about 7 feet, something like that. Did I get that calculation right? I don't know. Metric system never caught on when I was in school. We were not capable of absorbing that sort of knowledge, so we still use feet and inches. So I'm hoping that this microphone is picking me up fine. I noticed that the Canon camera itself had a decent built-in mic, the RP. If you're not inside a structure where you get echo and things like that, and you're outside and you're only maybe a meter or a yard away or so, then it actually picks up pretty well. It's a good built-in microphone. It does also have the headphone jack on it, which is nice because when I get up here, I'm going to check and make sure that the audio is in there and I can hear it. If I have to sit down and redo this, yeah, that would suck, but at least I'll know now, as opposed to, you know, waiting to get home and hearing that it's not recording right. So I'll go through another video on the settings for the Canon EOS RP. I will also add in details about how to use the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. I'm using the Canon EOS RP for the covered bridge photography, so you're getting both video and the photos from the Canon EOS RP, except for, of course, the GoPro that I'm wearing in order to shoot those videos. So again, please like the video. If you do like it, please comment if you have something to say about it, positive or negative, and please subscribe. I think we're up to 50 as of this video, so that's awesome. Let's get up to 100. I do appreciate it, and I will keep these videos coming, both from the Canon EOS RP as well as the Ricoh GR3. So I'll keep those going. Already got a couple in the can. So hopefully here you can learn something about how to shoot a covered bridge, and if you did learn something, let me know. If you didn't learn anything, let me know that as well. Okay, so let's get into this video. We're going to start out with some exterior shots. We'll go inside the covered bridge. You'll hear me mumble a lot. I'm trying to get better at this. I'll try to get more, give more details as I'm walking around and shooting these projects. And then we'll go outside the bridge, shoot some more, and then we'll wrap it up and call it a day. The idea, the goal for me when I go do something like this is to get 4 or 5 really nice photos outside, inside, a nice representation of the area or the object or the place that I'm covering. And then you can throw those on Facebook and all your friends see that and it's like, well, that's cool. Just taking a picture of the bridge itself from the outside, that's nice, but that's boring. Leave it on program. You don't have to have it on manual and be a, you know, pro photographer. Put it on program. Who cares? Never shoot straight on. Look for angles. Enjoy the video, guys. We'll be back to wrap it up afterwards. Okay, we are headed to a covered bridge. I've got the Canon RP with my 24 to 105 f4 7.1 lens, and of course I've got my battery grip on here. There we go. Hopefully you can see all that. Pretty badass if you ask me. Nobody asked, but I've got my highlight tone priority set to the first setting of D+. And that just helps you, kind of gives you a little bit of a guideline so you don't blow things out. And you certainly, I can already tell it saved me a handful of photos. It doesn't cost you anything to take those extra photos, but nothing more irritating than taking that first shot and having it blown out. You got to adjust a couple more times. If you're shooting in manual, that happens. Somebody coming out of the bridge here. Oh, there's a car. Okay, momentarily here I'm going to show you how to shoot from inside a bridge. Shoot outside and not get blown out. Let's go here. Okay, so I'm shooting at 1/160th of a second. Let's go to 200 actually. 5.6. And I'm adjusting my Gobe, G-O-B-E, I don't know if that's Gobe or Gobe filter. If anybody knows, if it's Gobe, somebody put in the comments G-O-B-I-E so I know, or if it's just Gobe, G-O-B-E. It's spelled G-O-B-E, but so is Kobe Bryant, and it could be Kobe, so somebody let me know. So what we're doing is we're gonna focus and get our highlight set, our exposure set for outside the bridge, and then we will bring the shadows up in Lightroom, And that will give us what we need. Otherwise, you would overexpose. Let me see what I can do here. Well, I'm staying at 5.6, so let me adjust my aperture, see how far down I can go. Yeah, I mean, I can go down to 30. Huh, here comes somebody, so there's no walkway on this bridge. Okay, we'll take a couple more here and then get out of the way. Okay, well, actually what I'm going to do here is pull my ISO up to 400. We'll see how that works. Let's go ahead and shoot here, which we've got the sun over here on the side. So we're going to be overexposed, but 400th of a second. Okay, now actually, see, we can even play here and get a little bit of this bridge going out because we've got the road here. That road will lead you out of the picture. Instead of a leading line in, we've got a leading line out. We adjust our exposure. I'm at 200 ISO. I'm at 1/320th of a second, 5.6. And matter of fact, I'm going to go down a little further here to 640th of a second. Let me do a vertical. And rather cool. Let's work on this side of the bridge. I suppose I better get outside and take some outside as well. Again, vertical, horizontal. Okay, now let's get outside here and see what odds are they're going to want a picture from outside. This is cool. So this is boy, the sun is so bright I can't see what except that I need to go up to about a 1/400th of a second. I don't anticipate that would be something they'll want. We're supposed to get the mouth. Usually you want to get the mouth. And that's not happening here. Okay, so we can do something here on the shady side. This usually will not turn out right. 1/100th of a second. Okay, so let's get back in here and actually let's see if we can exposing at the end of the tunnel, taking the shot a little off center. Okay, so we still need to get a decent shot from outside here, and we're really pushing it with the sun. Glad I didn't get here any later. Would have been nice to get here earlier. Okay, this looks like our shot right here. If I'm wide enough, cool. The 24 comes through okay on this. I like it better than the 28, which 28 would be equal to an 18 on an APS sensor, APS-C sensor. So for instance, the Ricoh GR3, you'd have to get back a little further. Your typical 18 to 55 kit lens would require you to get back further. But I've got an extra 4, whatever those are, millimeters. That 24, I'm telling you, makes a difference. In a full frame camera especially, it's nice. Okay, so tell if that light pole is just not in the right place unless the light was on, that'd be great. If the light was on, we'd have something here, but we wouldn't have enough light. I suppose if it's a haunted bridge, that's when the ghost would come out, but they're still hiding. I'm not inviting them out right now. That's why I never shoot graveyards, cemeteries, or burial grounds, which I think all three are the same thing, but I'm not inviting that into my camera. Okay, I'm thinking I'm overshooting. if there is such a thing. Let's see, we can use these as lead-in lines. I can Photoshop my shadow out of this. That's pretty nice. If you're in a situation like this and you can see where my shadow is, just, you know, instead of shooting over here or wherever, just back it over. Get in an area like this or in plain grass, like in a what I'm trying to say, a space that is universal, and I can just Photoshop that right out. Or not Photoshop, but use the clone tool in Lightroom and take me right out of there. If I was up here, you know, like this, then you've got to pull yourself out of the poles, and yeah, you just the Lightroom part it'd be a problem cloning. So I get over here, and since it's crappy pavement anyway, I'll probably want to gloss over that or blur it a bit. So I would, there we go. This is my shot right here. I believe this is our shot, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, hopefully you learned something from that video. If not, let me know, and I'll try to do better next time. If you did learn something, I'd really like to know that. Please let me know. Make me feel like I did something of value here for you. That's going to do it for this video. I do appreciate you guys checking it out. Please like, please subscribe. I've got more of these coming out. There's more in the can with both the Canon EOS RP as well as the Ricoh GR3. I'll try to stop doing this sort of thing. Probably giving my the focusing there a hard time, so I'll stop doing that. Again, I appreciate it, guys. Let me know what you think. We'll be back with more videos here next week. I should have wore pants. I'm still in springtime.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'll feel that tonight.